Hello, and welcome to another episode of Breadcast Gaming Talk. Yes, another ESO discussion video. I know you're not tired of these yet. This episode, I will be discussing and giving my thoughts on the Clockwork City DLC questline. So, you go to Mournhold for the first time, which means having to walk or horse ride over an unnecessarily long bridge. Yes, that is the first thing I'm complaining about in this DLC, is the bridge to Mournhold is a bit too long. You run into a guy named Deviath who tells you that you and him are going to the Clockwork City. You gotta find the entrance. So you follow him through some underground machinery area while bashing in some not dwarven looking machine guys that want to kill you, as well as some not dwarven spiders. You go through all that and bam, you're back in Mournhold. Wait, what? I thought we were trying to find the entrance to the Clockwork City. And yet, we started in Mournhold and wound up back in Mournhold. After that, you have to go through the effort of getting someone to sponsor you so you can become a citizen of the Clockwork City. And I don't know why, because none of the quests after this really hinge upon your citizenship. So, what was the point? Anyway, you help some people find one of their people and collect some oil from firepot spiders and return the oil to those people. Then Deviath will sponsor you and you get to go to the registrar's office to become a citizen of the Clockwork City. From there you have to find Chancellor Gascoigne. Once you do, you have to fight a shadow, and you learn that he made a deal with the Daedric Prince. Then you have to decide whether you're going to kill him or let him live. I let him live, so Lucinia and some other people came and put him in prison. After that, you have to deal with some crows that have the key you need to get inside of the center of the Clockwork City. This involves scaring off their rival crows, pleasing the Duke, and having a small boss fight with the Wrath of Crows. Once you get the key, you gotta make your way to the center of the Clockwork City, because you are going after the shadow of Sothas Sil, the being that created Clockwork City. You chase it, you fight the shadow as the final boss in this questline. All of this shadow stuff is being orchestrated by the Daedric Prince Nocturnal with the use of the skeleton key. So, the end of the boss fight has you removing the skeleton key from Sothas Sil and pushing Nocturnal back. Because Sothas Sil says in this wrap-up quest that, they haven't really defeated Nocturnal. In that wrap-up quest, Sothas Sil will give the skeleton key to Deviath. He will then ask you what you want from him, and you get to decide if you want him to grant you more power or save Lucinia because she did magic stuff that almost killed her. And I didn't mention any of that because I'm condensing all this and I don't want to spoil every little detail about it. Anyways, I chose to save Lucinia because it seemed like the right thing to do. And because from what I've read, if you pick power, you get a 150% XP for 2 hours scroll. Which, if you save Lucinia, you save her and you get a 100% XP for 2 hours scroll. So, you get more if you choose to save her. It's a pretty short DLC, much like Murkmire was, and that's okay because it didn't need to be longer as much as I wanted it to be. All of the machinery in Clockwork City is not Dwarven. It's made by Sothas Sil, who was actually inspired by Dwarven technology, so that is why they look similar. The only other negative thing I would say is that fighting these same enemies over and over, I can't remember, besides like the spiders, there's like dancing spiders, firepot spiders. I can't remember what the people-looking machines were called. Fatum somethings, I don't know. Fighting those things over and over with little variation got old quickly. That's about the only negative thing I have. The questline started out fairly basic, but it got better as it went on, and once you learned about Nocturnal being the one doing all of this stuff, and I kind of like that they actually did something interesting with the skeleton key, and I kind of like that you're not the one who winds up with the skeleton key at the end. It's like a separation from in Skyrim where you're just doing Daedric quests just to get stuff from them to lock away in the chest and never actually use. Or that's just me anyway. Clockwork City is a 2,000 crown DLC on its own. You would have to buy the 3,000 crown pack for $25 to be able to have enough crowns to get this DLC. That or buy one of the 1,500 crown packs and one of the 750 crown packs, which will cost you $23 and get you about 2,250 crowns. So for about $2 more, you get an additional 1,000. Well, it wouldn't be 1,000 crowns. It'd be like 750 crowns. Either way, you get more if you just spend the $25 for the 3,000 crowns. Because then you get some left over, and you'll have enough to buy this DLC. Of course, the ultimate final option is to buy 1 month of ESO Plus for $15. That's all I have to say, so if you're out of the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.